nailing that elevator pitch is going to be one of the most important things that you do when placing that cold call. Hi guys, my name's Deepak Shukla, founder at Pole Lemon Sales. We're a sales training and development agency based in the UK, USA, as well as serving clients worldwide. And you guessed it, here today on day 6, we're here to talk about the elevator pitch in our series 119 days of cold calling training. But before we get into it, feel free to click the link below to get access to an additional 17 strategies that are not shared in this training. So fundamentally, when you're getting onto a call, or rather when you're placing a cold call, you've often got literally less than 20 seconds to actually place an elevator pitch. And this is one of the things I commonly see a mistake happen when I receive a cold call. You get that line, if I explained it to you in just 30 seconds, could that work for you? And people often use that as permission to then do a 2 to 3 minute pitch, which, if I'm being frank, pisses me the hell off when someone cold calls me. Try and be literal when it comes to the 30-second pitch or the 20-second pitch. And it's actually quite a challenging thing when you have to actually set a clock to it and see if you can get out the salient points of your pitch in 20 to maximum 30 seconds. And that's where brevity and being succinct and really outlining the key problem that you solve comes in. Now, you will find that you can break it up into 2 parts, meaning that it could be something along the lines of, to give you an example, hey, it's Deepak here. So I'm calling from Pole Lemon. We're a marketing agency. We specialize in search engine optimization. I'm calling you because we saw some of your Google rankings. I think we could really help with it. The short, what makes us different from everybody else is that we're one of very, very few companies that actually generate 300 leads a month inbound for ourselves via Google. So we really do practice what we preach, and we'd love to generate the same kinds of results for you. And I've got a ton of case studies to show you how we could do it. Could I continue? Are you interested in hearing more? So guys, I've just spitballed that elevator pitch, but do you see my point, that it stays respectful of what you've actually said? And when someone says, look, can you make it quick? Or when you sense that there's some urgency because someone else is distracted, I've called people and they said, look, can you call back? I've got a client who's just parking his car right now. He's going to be walking into the door any minute, or I'm just about to head into a Zoom meeting, or I'm just about to head out to the door. There's many variations where someone will throw urgency, whether fake or not, at you in a bid to fundamentally get you off the phone, and or just see how you respond to ultimately someone throwing an objection which is positioned as urgency at you. And in those situations, don't go with the trope of, yeah, no problem, John. When's a good time for you to call back? Oh, anytime next week. Or can you just send me an email if that's okay? The email's on the website. It could very quickly dovetail into somebody shutting you down effectively. So if you've got a decision maker there on the phone and you've only got, it's very, very unusual, if I'm being honest, for anyone who immediately says that I don't have much time, that they say no then to a 30-second pitch. What they typically wait for is for you to blow it up by recording something that ends up being 45, 50 seconds, sometimes even longer. And for me personally, it makes me want to shoot myself when someone does that. So really think about what is the most salient part of your pitch that you can get out in 20 to 30 seconds, because that's meant to be the hook, okay? They're the bait, they're the fish, they're going out to sea, and to reel them back in, you've got to effectively tease them enough, but demonstrate the elevator. And an elevator really isn't, and this is where sometimes I think people get it wrong, it's not merely explaining what your company does, it's also giving one indication of a typical problem that you solve, or if you're in a saturated market where the problem is already well known. So when I'm selling SEO services, for example, as part of our SEO agency, then people understand broadly what SEO is, assuming you're calling a decision maker who's got some knowledge of it, for example, a marketing director. So the real question is going to be, well, what the hell makes you different, Deepak? I've had 20 agencies that have called me. Everyone has said they can rank me highly on Google. So what is it that makes you different? And this is the other part that you need to encapsulate within the elevator. And that is, well, why are you different from the last 15 SEO agencies that have cold called me or otherwise? And really thinking about the mechanics of that and what that means in terms of what you pitch, as well as how you pitch, okay? Because getting it in within those 15 to 30 seconds demonstrates respect. It demonstrates that you understand. someone's, for example, time and therefore strategic outcome that they're looking for. Because this is also a reflection upon the relationship that, well, if this guy doesn't really get it, that I'm busy and I'm a decision maker and I just want to understand the outcome, then why are they going to get it if I ended up either working for them, or what's rather if I end up hiring them, because they're going to drone on endlessly about, I'm going to rank, we've got some case studies. So let me give you guys another example of a pitch. It goes on too long. Someone says, hey, John, Deepak, can you make it quick? Yeah, sure, John. I'll do it in less than 30 seconds. Okay, as long as you can keep it that short, let's do it. So now I'm going to give you an example of a pitch that just goes on for too long and doesn't really have that salient punch. So absolutely. So my name's Deepak, and I'm calling from marketing agency Pearl Lemon. Specifically, we specialize in SEO, search engine optimization. And what that means is that, we're looking to rank your website on Google. We think that there's, a couple of keyword terms that we think could work really well for your website. And, I was hoping to walk you through do you see, guys, that in explaining what the service is, you're talking, you're selling, it's that whole concept about selling the whole rather than the drill. And in this instance, I'm talking about the process of SEO, which isn't appropriate for that first call unless someone specifically asks for the components and features of the drill, which would be the technical elements of your actual service. So don't bother with that. Do bother with commercial outcomes, key USP. And if you focus upon those elements, you're going to definitely find your way much quicker to success. So there you have it, guys. That is what you should consider when building your elevator pitch.
Remember, we've got 17 gated strategies just waiting for you. All you need to do is bing, subscribe, as well as click the link in the description below to get access to those 17. Get some.